Are you ready to delve into the unexplored realms of the Star Trek universe? Well, consider that a rhetorical question, because even if you aren't, we're going to. Join me as we embark on a captivating journey through the cosmos, unraveling the mysteries and marvels of Captain William T. Riker's legendary Luna-class starship, the USS Titan. Yes, that one. Prepare to be captivated by this iconic vessel's untold tales, groundbreaking missions, and complete lack of any opportunity to say, poor star drive. Although, honestly, I think that one's a bit of a missed opportunity. But we shall uncover the secrets of its storied history and the extraordinary legacy of its valiant crew. So set your phasers to stun and engage, because we're about to embark on a thrilling adventure into the heart of the final frontier. We'll cut so deep that Taylor Swift will write a song about us. For legal reasons, the preceding hyperbole was a joke. Do not expect Taylor Swift to write any songs about you, your friends, family, or anyone you even vaguely know, especially not when they've got anything to do with Star Trek, because Star Trek is too cool for emotions. Live long and prosper. Welcome to Trek Central, lords, ladies, and sovereigns. I'm your host, Lieutenant Commander Adam, and as always, before we warp into the main video today, if you want to keep up to date on the latest Star Trek news, lore, and more, then you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and never miss out on a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Star Trek universe. As always, please do let us know your thoughts in the comments below, because if you're talking about Star Trek, unlike Paramount apparently, we want to hear about it. Okay, give me warp in the factor of 5, 6, 7, 8. The Luna class featured the Starfleet typical layout of saucer section with secondary hull, but the secondary section was positioned below and aft of the saucer. It allowed 2 warp drive nacelles to connect dorsally to the secondary hull with pylons that angled ventrally. In a traditional Starfleet way, the navigational deflector dish was located on the forward face of the secondary hull, and the Danube-class runabout inspired the Luna class's sporting of a roll bar mounted near the aft dorsal of the saucer section. This housed the photon torpedo launchers, among, I imagine, other stuff. There were sensors fitted to the Luna class as well, and they were somewhat similar to the type fitted on Starfleet's Nebula-class starships. Here, on the Luna class though, it was kept clear from the ship's systems to keep interference to a minimum. Tactical system-wise, the starship's design was heavily armed. The design featured phasers with a phaser strip housed on the saucer section, photon torpedo launchers we mentioned earlier, and of course, as a modern ship of the late 2370s and beyond, the Luna class was equipped with dual quantum torpedo launchers, one located on either side of the ship's deflector dish. The 2370s saw many rising threats from the Borg, the Romulans, the Dominion, Irving Berlin. Oh, wait, no, that was just Worf's opinion at Riker's wedding, never mind. But they became an issue Starfleet could no longer ignore. Frequent engagements proved the aging fleet could no longer withstand modern threats. Designed as a capital ship, the Luna class was officially in service by 2379. Some Star Trek Expanded material states that the prototype of the class, the USS Luna, was active in 2372, but the Luna appears in the canon production of Star Trek Picard in 2401. Now, of course, this doesn't necessarily mean that she was actually commissioned in 2401 instead of 2372. She could have just been in active service from 2372 all the way through to 2401, but one of the Picard series' hallmarks was either decommissioning or renaming ships unnecessarily and far too early. Titan. Sorry. But yeah, that's that. While designated as a multi-mission exploration cruiser, the Luna class represented a return to Starfleet's core mission of exploration. Starfleet also on occasion designated it as a tactical heavy cruiser, but typically all Luna-class starships were named after a moon, in Earth's solar system to be specific. An example, of course, being the main ship of this video, the USS Titan. The most iconic starship of the Luna-class, the Titan was launched in 2379, under the command of newly minted Captain William T. Riker, who took command of the Titan in the same year. The captain had just transferred from the Sovereign-class Enterprise E, which was lost under unknown Worf-related circumstances, and he brought his new wife, Riker did, not Worf. They tried that once and it didn't really go anywhere. Counselor Deanna Troi, who came to serve on the ship with him. Riker's first mission on the Titan was to head up a brand new task force. This would take on the role of investigating the possibility of peaceful relations with the Romulan Star Empire. That followed in the wake of recent events at the time, which included the coup d'etat attempt of Shinzon Remus. This coup eliminated most of the Romulan government by turning them all into stone and then giving them a violent shove. By 2380, the USS Titan was investigating a case in which terrorists attempted to use Veruvian ore to blow up Starbase 58. This led to the ship becoming part of the Pac-led conflict. Following the USS Solvang's destruction and the USS Cerritos' fall into the Pac-led trap, the USS Titan was able to engage 3 Pac-led ships and save the Cerritos from complete destruction. Huzzah! The Pac-led conflict saw the Titan frequently engage that species. On one such occasion, it was attacked by 8 Pac-led battle harpies. To escape, Captain Riker took the ship into an anomaly which caused some, interesting experiences for the crew. But by 2381, Riker and his wife Deanna Troi welcomed their first child on board the ship, Thad Riker. Riker, Deanna, and Thad would eventually depart the Titan to live on the planet of Nepenthe. Who took command of the ship following Riker's departure is unknown. However, we do know that Starfleet pulled the Titan from active service in 2398 due to extensive damage. Seems to be their favorite excuse these days. Before being introduced on screen via Star Trek Lower Decks, the Luna-class Titan was featured in several pocket novels under the name of Star Trek Titan. The first of these novels, Taking Wing, followed Star Trek Nemesis, and explored Riker's first months in command of the Starship. And a little disclaimer here, as always, as we're now diving into the extended canon of the Star Trek universe, which mainly stems from books and comics, so we'll be using reference footage on screen. As you can imagine, we don't have footage from books. That would be amazing, but also only possible if we were Q, and we're not. So use your imagination, Trekkies. We know you have some of the best minds out there. Winky face. Before beginning its mission into the Beta Quadrant, the USS Titan dealt with some of the political fallout after Shinzon's attempted takeover of the Romulan Star Empire in 2379. During that mission, it was sucked completely outside of the Milky Way galaxy and into the Small Magellanic Cloud, a satellite galaxy which orbits the Milky Way, making Titan the first ship in Starfleet to venture there. Well, unless you count the Enterprise NCC 1701 way back in the early days of TOS, but shut up, Adam, no one cares about that! The aliens they encountered, called the Nael, turned out to be descended from humans who'd also been swept there in a similar way centuries before, now unrecognizable after years of genetic engineering. After their return, Titan was finally ready to begin their mission to the deep Beta Quadrant. Here, they began to discover incredible forms of non-humanoid life. When they discovered more of the star jellies Enterprise had discovered at Farpoint, they began to piece together an understanding of the giant spacefaring life forms of various species encountered through all of the various Star Trek series, which are now dubbed cosmozoans, and which exist as part of a massive ecosystem spanning the galaxy. When there was a massive Borg invasion of the Federation in 2381, as seen in the Star Trek Destiny trilogy, the Titan encountered the Kalia. At this point, my incorrect pronunciation jar has swollen to epic proportions. But the Kalia were a civilization centuries more advanced than the Federation. Because they didn't want to be discovered, they forced the Titan to stay on their planet. They were imprisoned in this way for the majority of the Borg invasion, in luxury but desperate to return home to join the fight. Here, they met Captain Erica Hernandez, formerly of Columbia NX-02, kept alive all this time by the Kalia. While she initially seemed loyal to the Kalia, she ultimately helped Titan escape and went with them, to use her Kalia powers to stop the Borg threat to the galaxy. While their attempt to defeat the Borg was ultimately unsuccessful, it drew the Kalia's attention to the conflict and forced their hand. They had to get involved in the Borg invasion since, in a sense, they had caused it. It turned out that the Borg had resulted from a Kalia colony gone horribly wrong, like things often do. The Kaklier, which is how I'm going to pronounce them from now on because bollocks at pronunciation, had dissolved the Borg collective and accepted all its drones into their own civilization. Those who refused were simply granted their freedom. So despite being kept from most of the conflict, Titan played a pivotal role in ending it and saving the Federation from the Borg. And everybody got cake. Oh, damn it! Now, to save time, we won't tell you all the stories from Star Trek Titan, but we do strongly suggest you read some of these novels. While they're not canon to the Star Trek universe, with series like Lower Decks and Star Trek Picard overwriting them, they are still fantastic reads. In 2401, the Luna-class USS Titan would be succeeded by the Constitution III class USS Titan A. To continue the Titan's legacy, the Titan A would incorporate components from its predecessor as well. Among these various components were included the nacelle shield mechanism and the computer systems. Unfortunately, when Captain Liam Shaw took command of the Titan A, he purged the computer of Riker's entire musical selection. I feel like there's a trombone womp womp joke should be there. Maybe that's too obvious. A model of the Luna-class Titan would also be on display aboard the Titan A, so hey, consolation prize! Luna-class starships were still in active service during the 25th century. In 2401, Starfleet dispatched 2 of them to join an armada opposing an unknown Borg vessel. Over 30 Luna-class starships participated in the Frontier Day celebrations above Earth as well, where these ships would likely also be taken control of during the Borg incident. It's not known how many Luna-class starships survived that engagement, but we presume the class would live on in service to Starfleet, assuming they weren't all decommissioned early. Known Luna-class starships included the USS Titan, the USS Luna, the Europa, and the Oberon. Other ships, such as the USS Ganymede, Io, and Tourangeau, to name a few, were named on screen but not shown to be Luna-class. However, production designer Dave Blass confirmed these ships were indeed part of the Luna-class line of ships. The origin of the Luna-class itself is very interesting. The ship's design came from a fan contest. That competition was for a fan to design the USS Titan, leading to the Luna-class design becoming real after all these years. While it was initially presumed the Titan's design would live up to its name, i.e., being very big, the competition ruled that the ship was around 450 meters long. This would make it smaller than the last 2 Enterprise ships and slightly larger than the Intrepid class. Sean Tourangeau designed the Luna-class USS Titan, which was the contest's winning design. His original design resembled the Sovereign class, but on a smaller scale. You can see the winning illustrations on screen right now. These are taken from Sean's website, where you can find more information about his design process. Definitely worth a look. The USS Titan was originally mentioned in 2002's Star Trek Nemesis, when William T. Riker left the USS Enterprise. However, we never saw the ship officially on our screens until the Season 1 finale of Star Trek Lower Decks in 2020. With that being said, fan art, animations, drawings, and renders even produced many versions of the Luna-class before it officially appeared on screen as part of a Star Trek series. But this is why we love the Star Trek fan community. If Paramount doesn't hurry up and show us cool starships on screen, bugger it, we'll do it ourselves. In Star Trek Online, the MMO video game, the Luna-class is so popular it spawned 3 variants: the Comet class, the Polaris class, and the Sol class. Thankfully, once the USS Titan itself appeared in Star Trek Lower Decks, the ship's model in-game received a much-needed visual upgrade. Did you also know that the original script for Star Trek Nemesis has Wesley Crusher appearing, and mentioning that he was being assigned to the Titan under Captain Riker? Sadly, this scene was deleted, though we did see Wesley mention he was going to be Assistant Chief Engineer, and make reference to the Titan having a double refracting warp core. Sadly, we'll never get to see this. But that is our basic overview of the Luna-class and William T. Riker's USS Titan. But what do you think of this ship? Would you like to serve on it with Riker himself? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you want to keep up to date with all the latest Star Trek news, lore, and more, then make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. And don't forget, you can also follow us all on social media or join the community Discord server. But for now, I've been Lieutenant Commander Adam. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Live long and prosper, my friends.